Hello and welcome back to everyone. This is another episode of Python Bootcamp series. This is our last lecture, the eighth lecture. In this one, I will be covering the entire Python language as far as we have done. Although there are some topics that are remaining, but as the series name Python Bootcamp, they are not the basic topics. They are some advanced topics. So I will be probably starting a new series for those pending topics, but till then the topics that I have covered I am revising them with the usage of practice questions. So this is the last session of Python bootcamp series. Please enjoy this session. This session will be all about practice questions and revision with the medium of those practice questions. So please
So
watch this.
contents. What will be the contents that we will be covering in this session? So we will be doing practice questions, only and only practice questions, a lot of practice questions. Because see, no matter which coding language you are doing, but the basics of that coding language and the very beginning of that coding language, the codes, the syntaxes of very, I would say, basic commands like print command, input command, variables and data types. These type of things are very much important and basics and fundamental at the same time. So the level of your advancement or the level of your hold on these topics, the codes of these topics, I'm not talking about theoretical part, although theoretical part is also important, but the it is not as important as the actual coding skill, because you would have heard from a lot of people, from your colleagues, not colleagues because you probably will be students, from your peers or seniors, that companies nowadays are hiring for the skills rather than the theoretical part. So coding part is more important than the theory, and the coding skills of these fundamental topics, starting from variables, data types, operators, are very much important. So we will be doing plenty of practice questions. So now we will be doing some practice questions. Okay, let us do the practice questions quickly. Okay, first is to write a program to print this WAP. Okay, this WAP stands for write a program. Okay, another short form abbreviation learned to print asterisk asterisk. Okay, so I will be writing this code now. Just let me delete this, and yeah, print. Wait, print and asterisk, one more asterisk, uh, four, five asterisk. Implement it, it got printed. See, so this was our first coding question of this video. And just a second, let me adjust the light. Let me adjust the light as it was. Yeah, see, our first coding question is done. Now, one practical use of uh, comments. Okay, answer. Wait about answer. Practice question one. Enter. See, now by reading this line, you will be knowing that we are writing the answer of practice question one, and after that, we are writing the actual answer of practice question one. Understandable. So this is how comments actually work. Now I will be writing practice question two. Now you know that after this I will be writing the answer of practice question two. Okay. Alright. For three. Now first let's write the answer of a practice question two. Okay. What is our second question? Write a program to input the given values, name, age, and marks. Okay, and we have to explicitly mention that we want to input name, age, and then marks. Okay, name, age, and marks. Okay, let us do this. Input name, age and marks. Okay. Now I will be implementing this. Wait. I also have to comment down this, right? Just let me, because it will also get implemented. So to comment it down, there's a shortcut, okay? Just press the command key and the slash key simultaneously. Select the content and press that to comment it out, or to uncomment it, okay? Now I will. Now, name, what is name? Good Simran thing, okay. I have written the wrong spelling of my own name. What I am, the hell I'm doing, I don't know. After that, age 18, marks, let us say 92, okay? Done. Second coding practice question also done. Now let me do comment it out and write the answer of practice question 3. What is our third next practice question? It's write a program to print average of two numbers. Okay. Let us write a program to print the average of 4 and 6. Okay. So how to calculate average? Just add both of them and then divide it by the total number of, add both of them, divide by 2. Total number of entities that we are adding. Okay. Print uh average of 4 and 6, right? 4, let me just say 4 and 6. So why this one more bracket? The yellow one is for the syntax of print statement, and the purple one, we are adding both of them. After that, we will be dividing this by 2, 5.0, which will be the average of this number. Okay, done. Meant it out. Practice question 4. Meant it out. What's our next practice question? Write a program to print the area of square. Let us, now this is an interesting question, okay? How to calculate the area of a square? To calculate the area of a square, we will be needing the side. For now, let us assume that side is 4. Okay. Then the what will be the area? Area. Area will be side into side. Area will be side into side, or side square also. Okay. So which will be 4 into 4, which is 16 in this case. Okay. Okay. Which is 16 in this case. So now let us write that answer. Okay. Print 4 into 4, right? 4 into 4. See, this question should be done using variables, but for now, we will are you just write you doing it using the print statement. Just write print 4 into 4. Implement it will be printing side. Okay. 16, the area. And you can also do one thing, that is you can do for just this. What raise double asterisk will do? It will make it as 4 raised to power 2, which is 4 square. So again, it will be also giving you 16. Okay. So what we have learned from this last question, that there can be multiple ways to solve a single problem. What is this? There can be multiple ways to solve a single problem, but what you should do? Wait, first let me just comment it out. Okay, so there can be multiple ways to solve any problem, a single coding problem. But what you should be doing is try, as a beginner, try all the possible ways that you know, and try to investigate or research other ways also that you don't know to do the same problem, and find out which one you likes the most, which one you finds most easiest, and stick to that approach. In very initial condition, you don't have to be sticking to a single approach or a single method to do that thing. Instead, try and find all the possible ways to do that. After that, find which one you likes and which one you will be able to do sustain your coding journey with. Okay. Before I will start the session, I will start doing the questions. I would like to advise you that first pause the video, read the question carefully, then try to solve the question with your own type understanding that you have about this topic. Start it with your own understanding rather than just sticking to this video. I will be solving the questions, but before that, just pause the video, try to solve it yourself. And after that, when your answer is done, try to see my answers and match them, that whether your answer is right or wrong. And if it is right, well and good. If it is wrong, where are the problems and issues or errors are coming? Because see, there are chances that your codes will go wrong. I would say some or one or two at least codes in this entire session there that will be wrong of yours. But that's totally okay. That's completely fine. Just stay motivated and try to understand where are the problems coming? Where are you facing difficulties? Because as the positive quote says, difficulties are part of the life, but how you handle it that matters a lot. So the first question is write a program. This WAP is write a program. Okay. Write a program to input the given information and storing it in variables. Name Gursimran Singh, age 18, marks 92. So I'm diving into my code editor, which is VS Code. So this question is asking for to write a program to input given information. We have to input these things and after that store it in variables. Okay. So in order to take input, I have already told you there is a very basic command. See, that's the reason why I have told you to attend the previous lectures first, because now I will be using those commands. And if you had not attended those lectures, you will not be knowing that commands. So I just have to take inputs. So that is very simple. We have already done it in our previous lectures also. Input, and I will take input as name. Okay. Then input. I will take input as age and then marks. I will take input as marks. But see, the question is asking see, write a program to input the given information and storing them it in the variables. We only not have to take that input, we have to store that input inside different variables. So in total there will be three variables for ease, and to make my variables meaningful I will be naming them as name, age and marks only. Okay. So I am storing them in variables like name equals to age equals to and marks equals to. So now they are stored inside the variables. Now, for to prove it that it had been stored inside variables, although you will be also knowing that these inputs are stored inside variable, I will be printing those also. Although it is not a part of question, but I am doing that to kind of check that whether my code is running properly or not. Because once I will be printing the values of these variables, it will be crystal clear to you all that whether they are being stored in the variables or not. I will be saving this code, running this code, and let me wait for my compiler to run this code. See, it is asking for name. Now I am entering my name, which is Gursimran Singh, age 18 as of now, marks 92, for example. Now it have printed goods my name. Here I have written print name. So it had printed the name, my name. Why my name? Because I had stored that input inside a variable, which is nothing else but a name of a memory location whose name is name. So when I am printing the variable name, it is printing the value that I have inputted here, which is good sequencing. Similarly, even when I am printing age, it is printing 18. When I am printing marks, it is printing 92. So I hope this question is crystal clear to everyone. Again, if there is any doubt inside this question or in any question, just pause the video, rewind it to the very beginning when I had started this question, watch it again, clear calmly, soothingly, properly with the refreshed mind. And if still you face any difficulty, feel free to post a comment about your doubt. I will be more than happy to resolve your doubts. With this, let us move to our next question, which is write a program to swap the values of two variables. It's a very, very, very important question. There are high chances that this question can be asked in your unit test of the colleges or whether in any your end terms also, so and sometimes in placement drives also. So listen me carefully. You have to take two variables. Here we will be taking a and b. Let me do that first. I'm deleting this as of now. I'm not commenting it out. I am taking variable a, suppose its value is 10, and variable b, suppose its value is 13. Okay. Now, what the question is demanding, write a program to swap the values of two variables. I have to write a program which will be swapping the values of these two variables. What does it mean? It means that as of now, A is equals to 10, right? And B is equals to 13. You can take any values, you can take string also, you can take integer, float, any value. These are two variables that had been defined, and there is some value that is being stored inside it. Now, what my question is demanding to me? My question is saying that write a program to swap the values of these two variables. Means this part is before the code is being executed, and after the execution of program, I want that A should be 13 and C, so not C, B should be 10. Means the values of these variables had been interchanged. Now, how it can be done? Let us take an example, not an example, an analogy. Okay. Let us assume there are two dals. Dals means pulses. Okay. There are two pulses inside your kitchen. This is one container. This is second container. In container number one, there is this yellow dal. I don't know the name of the dals. There is this yellow pulse, okay? And in another box, there is this green. I guess moong dal is green, I think so. But now the question is, I want that this green pulse should get in this container, and similarly, this yellow pulse should go inside this container. Now, how will be I doing it? If I am just putting this green one into the yellow one, then although this is mustard color, not yellow, but still, if I will be putting this green one in this yellow one, then they will both be got mixed up. Which here means that they both will get added up. But I don't want that. So what I will be doing instead, this is a technique, and this is very much basic fundamentals of coding, how you start building the logics, how you think about them. First, think about it as I had told you that pause the video, play it from the very scratch, and try to solve these questions. Otherwise, I am doing it. If you don't know the answer, then see this. Take one another container. Now, what I will be doing is, see, in the very beginning, I have these two containers, namely A and B. Now I had got this third container C also. Means I will be defining a third variable C also. After that, what I will be doing is I will be simply transferring this green pulse into this container C. So now what is the condition? Now what will happen? This is container A, this is container B, this is container C. I have not even touched the yellow container, the container having yellow one. It is filled with its yellow pulse only. Now, this green had been transferred from B to C. So now this container is full of green one. But B container is now empty. Now, what I will be doing in the next step is I will be transferring this yellow one into empty B. So here what I am doing, I am transferring the contents of A into B because I want to swap them. Now what will be happening? The contents of A will get into B. Why? Because I had made B empty by collecting the contents of B in some another variable C. So I have defined a third variable. I have made one variable empty, although you can make A also empty in the very first place by transferring this inside C. After that, A will be empty. You will be transferring the contents of B inside A. That can also be done. But as of now, I made B empty by putting the contents of B inside C. Now I will be putting the contents of A inside B. So in the next step, this is next step. This is container A. This is container B. And this is container C. For your easy understanding, these are three different steps. Let me divide them. Now what had happened? Let me, yes, now this had been, the yellow one had been transferred from A to B. Now B is filled with this yellow one. And C is already having this green. Now A is empty. Now, as of now, what are the things that we had completed? Let me just write a summary of that. Here, A was 10 initial case and B was 13. Here, A was 10, B was empty, none value. B was empty. Not B was not empty actually. B also had value 13 here. See, because what happened is when I will assign the value of B to C, B will be also having that value. As of now, let us say for although B will be having 13, but as of now, let us say B is empty. But that's not actually true, okay? Let us say B is empty. Okay. And we are not considering C because this is a variable that we have created for our own is to do this question. Now A is empty. Although it will not be empty, it will be having its value, but that is not important. As of now, just assume that A is empty. B, what will be B having? B is having this yellow content, which is 10. See, yellow content A is equal to 10, and A is having yellow content, means yellow content is nothing else but 10. So here B will be 10. And in our last step, what we will be doing is, let me just redraw them. This is my first container A. This is my second container B. This is my third container C. Now what I will be doing is, I will be keeping B as it is because my task had been already completed for this. I want in the final outcome, I am wanting B to be equal to 10 and B is equals to 10 now. So it's sorted. Now, one change that I will be doing is I want A equals to 13. So for that, I will be transferring this into this. Now, what had happened? A is having that green thing. So A is 13 and B is 10. Actually, what I was wanting in the very beginning, the same thing. See, A is having yellow, A is having green here. B is having green here, B is having yellow here. So that was the complete analogy and theoretical answer of this question. Now we will be implementing it using code, which is very much simple. So let me just dive into this. I will be defining one variable C. What I will be doing is I will be storing the value of B inside C. Now, how this happened? See, I am putting the contents of B inside the C. C is another variable inside which I am storing the value of B. So, same thing I am doing with code. I have defined a new variable named C. Why I have defined it? Because it is on the left hand side of the equals to assignment operator. And I am putting the value of B inside it. After that, in next step, what I will be doing, I will be putting the contents of A inside B. Now, I will be putting the contents of A inside B. So I will be making B equals to A. I am putting the contents of A inside B. The thing that is on the left hand side of assignment operator is the variable name, and the actual values that are being used are on the right hand side of the assignment operator. So second step is also done. In the third step, I am putting the content of C again inside A. A equal to C. So after this, my code should work properly. Now I will be printing A. After that, I will be printing B also. And I will be doing the same thing before executing this program also. Just let me copy paste it, save, run. Earlier it was 10 and 13. A was 10 and B was 13. Now A is 13 and B is 10. It had been reversed. So our task is performed. This was how we performed this question. This was your first actual full-fledged coding question. I hope this will be clear to you. And if it is not, then feel free to ask any doubt in the comment section. Just a second. Just a second. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Everything is fine. Now, our next question. Write a program to input the length and breadth of a rectangle and then calculate its perimeter and area. So now we have to write a program by using which we will be calculating the area and perimeter of a rectangle, and the inputs will be length and breadth. So how we will be solving this? We will be taking length and breadth, both. We will be taking both of them as inputs. See, before solving any coding question, just make their theoretical answer as we have done in the previous question also. And I am doing the same thing here also. We will be taking length and breadth as inputs. After that, we will be calculating the rectangle area and perimeter of rectangle. Now, what are the formulas for those? Area. If you don't remember, just let me write the formulas. Area of rectangle is length into breadth and perimeter. Perimeter is 2 into length plus breadth. So now just implement them. I'm taking two inputs and storing them in. I'm defining a LENGTA length variable. I'm taking an input inside it. I'm taking an breadth variable. Having an input, I will be writing here enter the length of the rectangle. Then enter the breadth of the rectangle. Why I have written it, you already know. To let the user that what they have to type inside that input box that will be popped up to their window. After that, I will be print. I am defining a area variable. How I will be calculating area? I will be doing length into breadth. That's how we do multiplication in coding by using asterisk. Perimeter. Perimeter is equals to 2 into length plus breadth. Not like this. Length plus breadth. See, here I wanna told you one thing. Here I have not put it any multiplication sign because in mathematics it is totally understandable that if I am not putting any sign and putting a bracket, it means it is being multiplied. 2 is being multiplied with this bracket. But coding doesn't work like this. Especially Python don't works like this. We explicitly have to mention a multiplication sign here. We can't do this thing like, see, it will not be done correctly. It will throw an error. We have to do it like this. After that, we will be printing them. Let me do that also. Print area of the rectangle is area of the rectangle is. After that, print perimeter of the rectangle is. After that, we will be printing the area variable. Here we will be printing the perimeter variable. So we have to enter the length of this rectangle. Suppose it is 10 and breadth. Suppose it is 5. So length into breadth. It is showing an error, but why? Line for model. Can't multiply sequence by non-int of. Okay. So here I want to teach you one thing also, that if I told you typecasting also, right? In typecasting, we explicitly change the type of the variables. Here we have to do that because when we take input, I am running this again. I am entering the length of the rectangle. It is 10. But by default, it is not taking integer 10. By default, input statement takes the input as string. So it is taking in string 10. What is happening? I want this, an integer 10. But what my interpreter is doing, it is taking this integer 10 because we are not defining the type of input that we want here. We are adding simply input. For that, I have to convert this input into an integer input. How I will be doing that? I will be doing that by applying a bracket and int. See, I am taking an integer input. I have, see, this was the input. This was the input statement. Now I have enclosed in this yellow braces, which is for typecasting it into int. Similarly, I will be doing here. Now my input has been changed to integer input. Now whenever I run this code, see, now I will be writing length of rectangle, which is 10, breadth of rectangle, which is 5. See, now it is printing area of rectangle is 50, which is 10 into 5, true. Perimeter of rectangle is 30, which is 2 into 10 plus 5. 10 plus 5 is 15, and 2 into that 30. It is showing me the correct answers. So our this code is also working. In case you want any float values, you can simply write float here. If your length of rectangle is not a complete integer or not a whole number, suppose it's 15.73, then you can do float also. But in this case, I want it to be integer. Forget about integer. Let it be float. Now it will be working with all the cases. So this is the complete answer. If you want to take a screenshot of it, take it. Now, next question. Write a program to input the radius of circle and print its area and circumference. Again, same type of question. But why are we doing again this type of question? Because these type of questions are very much common in your midterms, end terms, your unit test, and a lot of places where coding is being asked. So these type of questions are very much common there. So we are doing two of these same questions. What I have to do, I have to take input radius as input. Now I am not writing the theoretical part of this question because you are already aware of it. So I am simply gonna take and defining a variable radius. And now I am taking an integer, not integer. I am taking a float input by asking enter the radius. Enter the radius of the circle. Now I'm defining a area variable, which is what is the area. Let me just write the formulas here, okay? If you don't remember, although you should, but if you don't remember the formulas, just let me write them. Area of a circle is 2 pi r. And what is circumference? What is circumference of a circle? Circumference is, sorry, I had done a mistake. Circumference is 2 pi r and area is pi r square. Area is pi r square and circumference is 2 pi r. Now let us implement that. What is the value of pi? Value of pi is 3.14. Okay. 3.14, the rounded off value, into pi r square. So we will be doing radius. Now there are two approaches to do this question. We can do radius into radius. Another thing that we can do is simply radius raised to power 2. We can use this arithmetic operator. Now circumference. What I can do, another thing also, instead of writing complete circumference, I can write circum. Now, just by reading this, it is short and it is understandable at the same time. So, circum, what is circum? In this case, circum is, not in this case, in every case, circum is 2 pi. Pi is 3.14 into r. What is r? R is radius. Save. Now, let us do print area of the circle is, and inside that area variable, and print. Why are they coming again and again? Not area, circumference. Circumference of the circle is circum variable, right? They would run it. We have to enter the radius of the circle. As of now, let us the radius of circle be 7. Now, area of the circle is 15386 and circumference of the circle is 43.96. It will be correct. I am not calculating them as of now, but it will be correct. As per my information, it will be correct because Python interpreter is strong enough to do these calculations. With this, let us proceed to next question. See, I told you there are a lot of questions. This question, especially this question, it is totally made to understand the assignment operators. If you not have understood assignment operators or you don't have that video, first go and watch that video. But still, you can understand the entire concept of assignment operators just by watching this, just by solving this question. Not watching this question, but actually solving this question by yourself. So, see, we have to write a program to input a variable x, then perform the following operations. Forget about operation. In the very first step, we have to take the input. We have to input a variable x. So let us first do that. I am taking a variable x. I am taking an integer input. Okay. Just writing enter the value of x. After that, what the other operations that we have to perform? We have to increase its value by 2. Now, actually, what I have to do is, see here, I have to increase its value by 2. Means I want to make x equals to x plus 2. I am increasing the value of x by 2. What is the easier way to do so? We can implement this statement also as it is. It is completely fine. But with the use of assignment operators, it will be easier. We will be doing x plus equals to 2. Similarly, then multiply it by 4. For that purpose, I will be doing x I want it to be like x is equals to x multiplied by, which is asterisk 4. What is the easier way to do so? I can simply, I'm erasing this. I will be simply doing x multiply asterisk is equals to 4. Deduct 5 from it means I want to make x equals to x minus 5. What I will be doing is I will be doing x minus equal to 5. Both of them, like this and this and this and this will work the same. Now divide it by 3. What I want to perform is I want to make x is equals to x divided by 3. How it can be done? I will be doing x divide equal to 3. Now let us perform these operations step by step. First, let us just print the value of x. Print x. After that, we will be increase it by 2. X plus equals to 2. Now after this step, let us print x again. Then we will be multiplying it by 4. X multiplying equal to 4. After that, we will again print the value of x. Then we want to divide it by 2, I think, right? Yeah, divide. No, first we have to deduct 5 from it. First we have to deduct 5 from it. Then we have to divide it by 5. Not 5, 2. Then print x again. We have to divide it by 3. Oh, sorry, my bad. Run. What should be the value of x? Let us say as of now it is 10. So these are our calculations. First, enter the value of x. I have written 10. Print x. So 10 is printed. Then x has been increased by 2. It had been at 10 plus 2 is 12. So here it is printing 12. Fine enough. Then we are multiplying it by 4. 12 into 4, 48. Printing that, 48. We are reducing 5 from it. 48 minus 5, 48 minus 5, 43. 43 is written. And then we are dividing it by 3. 43 divided by 3, it will be 14.333. So that this was all about this question. Now let us move to our next question. Predict the output. Now we just have to predict the output. Although we will be checking that here also. Predict the output. X equals to 10. Okay. This is again similar type of question. In this question, we have written the program. We have written the program by ourselves to perform such functions. But here the program is already being written, but we have to check the output. Now, x in the very first step, x is in the very first step, x is given as 10. Now we are increasing the value of x by 5. So in this step, the x will be equals to 10 plus 5. Let me write complete. 10 plus 5, which will be 15. Here x was 10. And in the second step, x has been changed from 10 to 15. Now we want to divide it by 2. So 15 divided by, not divide, we have to multiply it by 2. So 15 multiplied by 2. 15 multiplied by 2. It will be 30. Now we have to subtract 4 from it. Now x will be 30 minus 4. What is 30 minus 4? 30 minus 4 is 26. So now print x. 26 should be the answer if I had not done any calculation mistake. Let me check. Let us just implement this code as it is. X is equals to 5, increasing it by 5. X equals to 10, increasing it by 5. X equals to 10, and then we are increasing it by 5. Then we are multiplying it by 2. Then we are subtracting 4 from it, right? Multiplying it by 2, subtracting 4 from it. After that, we want to print the value of x. Let us run it. See, the value is 26. We had predicted the correct value. So that's how you do the questions of assignment operators and how you reassign the variable if you just want to change something arithmetically, like you want to add something, you want to subtract something, you want to multiply that, the initial value of that variable with something, and you want to subtract something from, you want to divide that value from by some other value. So that's how you do the questions of arithmetic operators. With this, let us proceed to next question, which is predict the output. Again, this question is about the operators. This question that specifically now I will be doing, this question will be about the operators that we don't generally perform or that we are not aware about in our general mathematics that we have done in our primary standards. So let us do them. Again, first we will be predicting the output by ourselves. Then we will be implementing this code and checking our answers that whether it is right or not. So we have to print 15 divided by 4. Not divided by. What is this? What is this symbol? This is floor division. We will be dividing it by 4, and after that we will be taking the integer part only. So what it will be? Let me do the long division of 15 by 4. Now entire thing about all the multiplication about all the division operators will be clear. So which it will be going on 3. Answer will be 12 here. We'll be subtracting that. The answer will be 3 again. Now this floor division will be returning 3. Why 3 and which 3? Now I should have taken any other example. This 3 is this one. This 3. The quotient. This will be returning this. And if I'm just doing division, then my answer will be 3 point something something. Let me do that also. We put a point here. After that, before that, let us do 15 modular division by 4. This will also be 3. I must should have taken any other example because all the answers are 3, 3, 3 here. But anyhow, which 3 will be this? This 3. This remainder. This 3 will be this. This modulo operators gives us the remainder. Now, what about this question part? For that, we have to do the complete division. We have put in a point. After that, we will be making it 30. Then for 30, it will be 20, 24, and 28, 6 and 7. 7, 28. Subtracting that, we will be having 2, again a 0. After that, 5, then 20. Subtracting that, we will be having nothing. So for this, the complete answer will be 3.75. And for this, 2 raised to power 5. What will be 2 raised to power 5? 2 into 2 is 4. Then 4 into 2 is 8. Then 8 into 2 is 16. 16 into 2 is 32. So 32 will be answer of this. Let us perform all of them. Print. What was my question? 15. First there was this floor division, right? 15 divided by 4. Then print 15 simple division by 4. Then print 15 modular division by 4. Am I right here? Yes, absolutely right. Then print 2 raised to power 5. Let us see the output. See, the output is 3, 3.75, and then again 3, then 32. 3, see here. Let me just change the color. See, 3, 3.75, 3, and 32. So that's all about this question. Moving with the next question. Create the variables and two more variables for their sum and average and print them. We basically have to take two variables as input. Let us take them as variable 1 and it should be input. Let us take integer inputs now. Enter number 1 and then same thing. We will be taking variable 2, enter number 2. Now, we'll be creating two more variables for their sum and average. Sum is equals to var 1 plus var 2 and average. If you don't know average, sum is actually a keyword. We can't use it. So we will be doing add. And what is average? We will be writing it avg is var1 plus var2 we have already done. So we will be just doing add divided by 2. Now let us print both of them. Print add is equals to add print av average is equals to avg. Save it. Run this code. Enter number 1. Let us say it is 12. Enter number 2. For example, as of now, this is 10. Where 2 is not defined. It was where underscore 2. Save it. Let us run this code. See, in my codes also, the errors are coming, but I am not getting frightened by them. I am reading the errors and trying to resolve them. This is the same thing that you also have to do. Don't be overwhelmed by the errors. 12 and 10. Add addition. I should write addition here. Addition. Addition. Result. I had just wait a second. Just a second, guys. Yeah. Save everything. Now let us run the code. Variable 1 is 12. That it is 10. Addition is 22. Average is 11.0. Why it had been converted to float? Why it is 11.0, not 11? Because whenever it is the rule. Thank God that I have taken this example. Now I have the chance to explain it to you. Whenever we do the divide, we will always be getting a float value, matter. Like here, the answer was 11.0. No decimal place was needed, but still it will be a float value. It is the rule of division whenever we do the division inside the coding. Now take age as input. For here it had been a typo from my end, guys. It is not for pro, it is from from the user and print. I am dash years old. Let me name that variable age and take a input that enter your age. After that, just print this thing, right? Print I am dash years old, right? So here I will be finishing this. Now I have to teach you something here. I have finished this string. Now I am writing age. Now years. Again, I am starting the string in which I am writing years old. One method is this, which you can do. I am is a string. Wait, just write 18. See, I am is a string that had been implemented. 18, the variable that I had taken as input, had been printed years old. One method is this to do this thing when we have to print a string, something, a variable, and then again a string. One thing is this. Another thing that you can do is use f strings. What are those? Inside print statement, just write f and then start your string. Now write whatever you want to write. Like I am. Now I want my variable to be here, right? Age, years, old. Now it will not make any difference. See, age is also the part of variable. So what are the two methods? One is this. You can separate the variable by commas and not enclose them in inverted commas. One thing is this. Another thing, use f in front of the string and the variable. Here, age is variable and close it in curly braces. Now, both of them will work the same. See, I have to enter the age 18. I am 18 years old. I am 18 years old. This thing, this syntax is known as f strings. So I hope this question is also clear. With this, let us proceed to the next question. Take a variable x and store the value 100 inside it and print its data type. Now typecast it into float and string and again print their data types. It is basically a typecasting question. So take a variable x and store value 100 inside it. Now let us, as of now, print the type of x and just let me do one thing. Here, x is 100. The type of x should be, here I am writing it in comments, it should be an integer. And now I have to typecast it in let us do it in first in string. So I will write str of x. I am typecasting x into string A and then again assigning it inside the x variable. Now here let us try to, why are they coming again and again? I don't know. From the next video onwards, I will be turning them off probably. If I will be remembered to do so, I will be doing that. Float of x. Now here what I am assuming, I am assuming my answer to be string, which is str. Here integer means int will be printed. Here in the float, I am assuming a float. Answer will be float only. See, in first scenario, it is an integer as predicted. In second, it is a string again as predicted. And in third, it is a float again as it is predicted. So that was all for this question. Now this question is also completed. Let us move to our next question. This is our second last question. A shopping website wants to apply 10% discount on their products. Stay tuned for the last question because last question is a very important question to do. So stay tuned for that also. A shopping website wants to apply 10% discount on their products to help the customer to build a program in which they will input the original price of the product and the program will print the discounted price. Okay, so there's a website and that there's a shopping website and they want to apply 10%. First, let us understand the question. See, there's a shopping website and they want to apply 10% discount on their products. So a user or a customer goes to their shopping complex and now he wants to know the prices of the products. He want to know the prices of the products. So we have to build a program for the customer, which inside that program, the customer will be inputting their price and the program will be applying that 10% discount and giving them the discounted price. So how we will be proceeding with this? So as of now, let us define a variable original price. It is not a short variable by the way to use. So let us write OG PRC. Just let me do one thing. Yeah. OG PRC, not OG plus PRC. OG underscore PRC is equals to input, float input, let us say, because prices can be float, but let us make it integer only for our simplicity because most of the websites have rounded off, not rounded off, but integer whole number prices only because for obvious reasons that paisas are not in use anymore. So we will are taking integer input, but we will be input. Enter the original reg original price. Enter the original price. After that, we will be applying 10% discount. So we will be redefining the OG price variable. OG, let us make this two variables. Another is discounted PRC. Discounted PRC. What is discounted PRC? Discounted PRC is OG PRC minus. Let me add spaces so you can see clearly. OG prices, from OG prices, we will be minusing, subtracting discount. Now, what is discount? Let us define another variable named as discount. Discount. Discount is 10%, 10% of OG price. So how will we will be calculating that? We will be just dividing OG PRC by 10. This will be 10% of OG price. How? If you are not getting this, let me just solve this for you. We want to calculate, although this is very basic math, but still, we want to calculate 10%. Here it is not modulo sign, it is 10% of 100. We want to calculate 10% of something. So what we will be doing is of something. So 10 and to whenever it is percentage, we will be dividing it by 100. Of will be multiplied by that, change into multiplication. So 10 by 100 is this. So we will be multiplying that number, that something, by 1 by 10. We will be multiplying that number with 1 by 10. So what does this mean? We will be dividing that number by 10. The same thing that I have do. I have done. I have divided OG PRC by 10. So this will be discounted price. I will be subtracting the discount from OG price. Now I will be printing my discounted price. Just wait. Enter the original price. Let us say original price is 100. OG plus PRC. Oh, here it is the OG price, not OG plus PRC. What is original price? Let us say 100, 90. After applying 10% discount, 10% of 100 will be 10. So after applying 10 rupee discount, which is 10% discount, we will be having 90 because 100 minus 10 is 90. Basic maths. So now the question that I am gonna do now is a very important question. In total, I have done, I think, nearly 12 questions or maybe more than that in this entire video. But there are two most important questions. One was one was the question in which we had done, so we had in total one, we had to done in total 12 questions. Yeah, I was right. We are doing in total 12 questions, but there are two most important questions. One is this one, in which we are writing a code to swap the values of two variables. This question is a very important, to swap the values of two variables. This question is a very important question. Let me just show you the question again. Wait. This question in which we are writing the code to swap the values of two variables. This question is a very important question. And next question, this last question that we will are doing now. These both questions are very, very important questions. So please understand them because other questions are easy only. You probably have seen that I haven't even written a lot of theoretical answers or how I am building the code thing in logic in that, because it's very, very easy. Not very, very easy. They were simple questions to do. But these two questions that I have mentioned, one is to swap the values of two variables, and another is this question is very important, are very important. Take a three-digit number as input and print the sum of digits. So now what the question is asking from me, let me first tell you that if I am doing like I am taking an integer input, saying let us say number, not num. We are taking num and it is we are taking an integer input and we have to take just writing enter the number. Now we want to print the sum of those that. Now what does it mean? Now let's first understand the question carefully. For instance, if I am entering the number 2, 4, 3. Now I want the answer to be their sum. What will be their sum? Their sum will be 2 plus 4, 6. 6 plus 3, 9. So I want the answer to be 9 in case I want to print the sum of both those. So what I have to do in this case? There are two approaches to do this question. First is we can convert that integer into string, and we can use slicing, not slicing, we can use indexing, retrieve individual digit and convert individual digit into digit and convert individual index of that string into digit and then into integer means and then to add it. Basically, I know that you will not be able to understand anything that I have just said. So don't worry about that. What you have to do, we will be doing another method in this video, and the method that I have just explained to convert this into string, that we will be doing in the next video, because we will be understanding about strings in that video. We will be discussing the strings and its indexing, slicing in detail in next lecture. So stay connected for that also. In that lecture, which will be the fourth lecture, we will be doing the same question with that indexing approach, but here are doing it with a numerical approach. Although it will be easier using those strings, but as of now, we have not understand indexing, and so let us do it with mathematical part. So I just the thing that you have to understand, we want to retrieve the numbers individually. So what I want is I want to separate two. I want an individual two and then a individual 4 and then a individual 3. Means I want to separate ones, tens and hundredth position of the number, and after that we can simply add all of them to get our number. Is that clear? First we have to separate them. So to separate, either we can use that indexing, which we will be doing in next video. So we will be doing the same question in that video also. Another thing that we can do is we will be defining three variables here: 100, which is 100th place; 10, which is 10th place; and 1, which is 1st place. So we want three different variables. After that, we will be adding them. Sum is not sum. We will be again, sum is a keyword. Sum is 100 plus, not half red, 100 plus 10 plus 1. After that, we will be not open 1. After that, we will be printing the value of sum. I hope this is much is clear. This is basic logic. Now, how we will be defining these three individual variables means how we will be separating them. So for that, listen me carefully. There are 90% chances that you are not gonna understand this in the first go. So please feel free to rewind the video and watch it again. Watch it twice, thrice, maybe 4 times or 5 times. If you have understand it, then also watch it again and again to make it crystal clear inside your mind that how this is working. To retrieve its 100th place, I will be dividing it. I will be doing the flow division by 100. Why and how this will be working? Now see it that carefully. I will be taking x. I will be doing flow division of x by 100. Now, how will it be working? It will be giving me the quotients. Now, as of now, let us comment. Uh, Before this, I also want a code to print for your clarity purpose. I am printing 100, and similarly, I am printing 10 also, and I am printing 1 also. So as of now, let us just make them make them comments. Now let us just print the hundredth place. We have to enter the number. Let us say the number is 123. X is not defined. The number is num. Okay. See, now it will be working completely fine. Num is 123. It is giving me 1. I have successfully retrieved the first letter the f- of this digit, this 3-digit number. So 100 is done. Now we will be doing 10. How 10? For 10, we will be dividing the num. Again, modular division of num by 10. When we were dividing the num by 100, then we were getting, like, for example, the number was 123. When we divided by 100, we get quotient as 1. Completely fine. But here, when we divide the num by 100, what we will be getting? We will be getting the num, which is 123, modular by 10. We will be getting 12. But we don't want 12. We want only 2. We want 1, 2, 3. So we want only and only 2. Why? So, not why, how we will be doing that? For that, we will be subtracting 10 into 100. What will be the value of 100? It was 1. So, into 10, we will be subtracting that. Whichever value of 100 will be, multiplying it by 10 will be giving us the 100 value, the actual place value of the hundreds. So, we will be subtracting that. In actual, how it is working, let me just write it here. When I had done the modular division, I think by 100, that is clear. We get third digit, the 100th digit. But for the 10th digit, what are we doing? We are doing the modular division by 10. Then in that scenario, if the number is, suppose this only, 242, but I had performed modular division it by 10, 243 modular division by 10. What it will be returning? It will be returning me 24. But I don't want it to be 24. I think this is not that much clear. This is a divide and this is 1. I want it to be 4. So what we will be doing, we will be subtracting these 20 from 4. How will we will be getting that? We will be subtracting the number of 100, which will be 2 in this case, into 10. As always, I hope this is clear. So now this should be clear. Why it is coming again and again, these MDN references thing. See, let us see, the number is 435, anything. 100th place is 4 and 10th place is 3. Similarly, for ones place, I won't be dividing it by anything because I have to divide it by 1. So it doesn't make sense. We are reducing the power of 10. Here it was 10 power 2. Here it was 10 power 3. 10 power 1. Here it should be 10 power 0, which is 1. So ultimately, no issue. So the one thing that we have to do is we just have to do it num. Although if we go with logic, we have to perform flow division of this num by 10 again, by 1 again, but it will not make any sense. So here I am writing only 10. We have to subtract 100th part also, but here we have to multiply the 100 part with 100 only because we want to subtract 100 times, and then we have to minus 10 into 10 part. I hope now it is clear to all. Let me write any number: 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4. Now it had been separated. Now I can execute my entire code also. See, Two, three, four. Two, three, four. Oh, here also I have to do add, right? Sorry for that typo. I'm really sorry for that typo. If someone had read it, then please forgive me because my intention was not to hurt anybody's sentiment. It was just a typo. Okay, guys. Save, run. I have to type the number 254, for example. 254. What is the sum of 254? It is 9 and 2, 11. So this question is also solved. You probably might be thinking what is the difference between lists and string apart from the way of defining them because we define strings by using inverted commas and we define list by using those square brackets. But what is the actual difference? The actual difference is mutability. Now, what is mutability? We are going to understand that now. Now, here I come with my first practice question, which is mutability. We have to check the mutability of a string and a list. Now, what is mutability? You don't know that, and how you will be checking that? Because I want all of you to learn this through a question. So we will be understanding this concept of mutability through a question, and only because we are not taking slides of it and not trying to understand using slides, it doesn't mean that it is not an important topic. Trust me, it's a very, very, very important topic. Mutability. It's a very important topic. After this, we will be also covering dictionaries, stats, tuples. There also, it is very important to understand what is mutability. So let us move to the presentation and understand mutability. Forget about presentation. Let us understand using code only. See, I have defined a string and I have defined a list. If I want to access a if I want to access the any index of this string, then I can simply access that. See, here I have written fourth index, fourth is 0. Oh, but what if I want to redefine it? Means I want to change my list from hello world to hello world without space. I want to eliminate this. No. See, here if I am accessing 5, then it is a blank because 5 is blank. Fifth index is blank. Now, if I instead of this, I will be trying to define instead of this blank, I want a underscore. This is not allowed. And why it is not allowed? It will throw an error. The error will be like uh, index reassigning is not possible, something like that. Yeah, string object does not support item assignment. What does it mean? We can't reassign it. We can't take a single index and redefine it and manipulate it. It means it is not mutable. Just a second. What had slideshow from beginning? Just a second, guys. It means strings are not mutable. I am writing the answer here. Strings are not mutable. What does it mean? We can't redefine a string. as we have seen here, it is not possible to redefine a single index of a string, which is lists are strings are not mutable. Strings, I'm writing the answer here. Strings are not mutable. Mutable strings are not mutable, while lists are. When it comes about lists, they are mutable. This is the conclusion of this question. Lists are mutable. This is very important. Now, what does this mean? This mean that instead of this, if I access li, and after that I will be printing li, and before this also I will be printing li. Now see the difference, guys. Before redefining it, it is printing, giving me the original string, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And when I have defined it fifth index as underscore, what is fifth index? This sixth number. Then it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are same. It had replaced that sixth index with underscore. Now this will throw an error or not. Let us check. This will throw an error because defining any string element without inverted commas is not allowed. So it had been changed. It means lists are mutable. So I hope this thing is clear to everyone that lists are mutable and strings are not mutable. Because this is very much important to understand in itself. Again, I'm telling lists are mutable and strings are not mutable only because strings can't be redefined, or individual index of strings can't be redefined, but individual index of lists can be redefined. Not only individual index, a slice, a substring, or a sub list can be redefined. Sub list can be redefined, substring can't be redefined. What does it mean? Right. uh, Here I am talking about the individual index, the indexing part. But if I will take a slice by using this slicing method, then also it can be redefined. The slice can also be redefined in case of a list, and it is not redefined in case of a string. I hope this is very much clear. Now check whether a string is palindrome or not. Print reverse of a string. Before this, these questions have been twisted. Let us first do print reverse of a string, and we will be seeing the same thing for string and list, both of them. Okay. Let us define a list. Not let us define a list. Let us take a input string as the input. St is equals to input and enter the string. And after this, we will be reverse underscore st. We will be defining that, and we will be printing that also. So I hope this much question is clear. Although we have not come across the solution, but I hope this much concept is clear. So now how we will be how we will be changing it, how we'll be reversing the string. Now, what I want is, for example, if my string is hello, if my user gives me hello, then the thing that I want to get printed is why this is coming. Okay, then the thing that I want to print it is this, the reverse of this. Now, how we will be doing that? In order to do that, we will be using slicing, but how? See, very much carefully. I will be taking st, which is my original input string. And again, before watching the tutorial of this question, first try to solve it by yourself. Just pause the video, try to solve it by yourself. If you are not able to do so, then come back to my video and watch the solution. And if it is correct, well and good. And if it is not, then see and observe where the things are getting wrong, where you are facing any difficulty. Try to solve them by yourself, and you can also post the comments of your doubts. I'm free. I'm always happy enough to solve your doubts. So let us do that thing. In order to reverse that, we will be taking the slicing part. But how? Now see me carefully. What I had done. I have done slicing, that much is clear. And I have keep this starting index part empty, ending index part empty, and I have only defined the step size, which is -1. Now what does it mean? If I define the step size as 1, it adds one index. If I write it as 2, it adds two index, skipping one index. But what if I write it -1? Then it starts from the very back and minuses it. If I write -2, then starts from the back, print the digits by skipping one. And why I have skipped these starting and ending index? It means if I'm using -1 as my step size, it means I wanna go reverse, and the interpreter is so smart and encoded in that way that it interprets it by itself that we wanna go reverse because we have taken the step size as a negative integer. Now, what will it do? Because we want to do reverse, so it takes a starting index as the last index from the very, it will start from very last, and ending index as the very first index that it will end till the very beginning. Similarly, if I don't write this step size, then it will be taking starting from the very first index and going till the ending index. It is also interpreted, and if I write -1 as step size, then it will start from the end and end at the start, beginning. It is also interpreted by the system interpreter. Now let me run it. Just wait. Yeah, enter the string. For example, my string is good Simran. And there's some problem that is coming. Let us eliminate this input. Today my system is not coming well. Just if I write good Simran, what is this? Then see, it had printed it in reverse order. Now, if I want to do it with a list, then what will I doing? I will be defining it as li. This should also be li. This is li. This is again li. And I can define a list. What will be I doing? I will be just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now run it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See, it is clear. Now let us try to do it by taking input again. Enter the list. And here I write, I give my input as 1, 3, 4, 7, 6, anything. Then command not found. Why input command is not running today? Uh, Okay, forget about this. This is how things work. So this is how we can do reversing. The only thing we have to do is set my step size as -1. And if we want to do reverse of a string and at the same time we want it to skip one index, then we will take it as -2. And if we want to skip two index, then we will take it as -3 and so on and so forth. So let us see our next question. What happened with my slideshow? Now we will see. Now, my next question is check whether a string is a palindrome or not. Now, for those, now my next question is check whether a string is a palindrome or not. And for those who don't know what is an palindrome, so let me just tell him palindrome is nothing but a word which is equal if I read it from front ways also and back ways also. What does it mean? For example, here I write a word, let us say Malayalam. Now, first, see, I don't want to defame any community or any language. I'm just taking it as an example. It's a gentle disclaimer that please take it as any offense. Although I am not speaking any offensive, but still. Now, see, if read it from here, it is Malayalam, Malayam. And if I do it backwards, like I write this letter M in the beginning, and after that, from last, if I read, there is this A and then L. So I write A, then L, then there is again A, again then Y, then A, then L, then A and M. See, this is reverse of each other, and if both of them are equal, then it is an palindrome. Now, just let us write a program to check that it is whether a given string is palindrome or not. So how we will be checking that? For that, let us take any string. Mm, And see, this same code is applicable for list also. Suppose that string is hello. And after that, take reverse of that string, and how to do the reverse of that string that I had already just told. Do slicing, take step size as -1. After that, check that whether they are equal or not. What I will be doing, I hope this is understandable. I am checking that whether they are equal or not. I'm running that C. It is returning false. Why false? Because hello, and when it will be reversed, it will be something like all e hill. See, it will be returning me this. And this hello and this OL is not equal. So hence it is not an palindrome. Whereas if I edit this Malayalam and just let me change my code a bit, I will write the given string is an palindrome like this, and then this. Now run it. See, true. It is giving me true because now my given string is in palindrome. Again, true. Now let us move to our next question, which is reverse of a list. We have already done this. Now take a three-digit number as input and print the sum of digits. Now, this is a very interesting and very important question at the same time, as I had already discussed it in my previous lectures using integer method. Now, we will be doing it using string, and trust me, it is very easy because a lot of you had already faced a difficulty while solving it using numbers because it is difficult to understand those arithmetic operators, modulus, division, subtraction, addition, and all coming up at the same time. But trust me, when we are now gonna do it using this strings, it will be much more easier to do that. So I will advise to do it with this. And if in your personal case, because your personal case is totally reserved up to you, you find it easier to do it with numbers, with integers, that arithmetic operators, then do it with that. If you find that easier, then do it with that. If you find it easier with strings, then do it with strings. But one thing that I want from all of you to try is to solve these questions with both the methods. What I'm saying, solve this same question using both the methods and then choose which one suits you. Just don't be, I will be choosing this or I will be choosing that. First, let us just trust the process and try both of them. Then try it and choose one of them. Then choose one of them. Back to presentation. Now, how to do that? First of all, let me just define a number. Number is 1, 2, 3, for example. And now I want my 100 place, I want my tens place, and I want my ones place separated. Those who are not understanding, those who are not understanding this thing because they have not watched the numbers. You are, how to do this question using numbers. So this much part is common between both of them. So first go and watch that session as I have told numerous number of times earlier also. I am telling it now also that please first go and watch it using that. After that, you will be understanding. Just a second. How to do it using strings. After that, what we will be doing, we will be defining add as 100 plus 10 plus 1. And then we will be printing that add. Now, how we will be taking both of them? So first we will convert this number into string. We will be, let us name it as st. St is str of num. As I have already told you how to do the typecasting. Again, we have done this in the previous lectures. So this is the point of time when you will be needing the knowledge from previous lectures. So please go and watch them. Don't ignore them. So how I will be taking 100? See, 100th digit is always the first digit. Or if when in case I have converted it to string, then it will be like this. Now it will be like this 1, 2, 3. Now this one is always it's as at its zeroth index. Then what I will be doing, I will be writing it as st index 0. I hope this is understandable. And similarly, for my 10th place, I will be writing ST first index. And for this, I will be writing it as ST second index. I hope this is clear. But one thing that will come is when I add all of them, I want one to be here, not open. When I add all of them, then it will be returning me the answer in a string only, adding both of them. So what I will be doing, I will be typecasting them in integers, and then I will be adding their sum. I will be doing their sum. I hope this is clear. I hope this is clear to everyone. Just let me run this code. See, 6. Because 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equals to 6. So let us take some other number also. As of now, let 4, 5, 3. Any random number. So answer is 12. Why? Because 4 plus 5 is 9 and 9 plus 3 is 12. So this question has been also completed. Let us just do some practice questions with while loop. Yes. Uh, this is a question of for loop. Find the factorial of a number. Let us do this. We have to find the factorial of a number. Before doing any question, let me just tell you that each and every question of loops can be done by both for loop and while loop. But why we have two loops? Because some questions are very much easy when we do it with for loop, and those same questions can be very much difficult when we try to do it with while loop, and say vice versa. So we have to we have to practice loops that much that we will be knowing that by using which loop it will be easier to do that particular question. Now, as of now, we are doing a question to find the factorial of a number. First, let us just take any number n as an input, as an integer input from the user just by saying enter the number. Enter the number. Now, after this, we will be finding factorial of that number. Now, I will be writing while, and I will say n is equals to 1. Okay. Then I will be implementing that. Not equals to, I will be writing equals to because I am checking for condition, right? While n equals to 1, I will be executing this command. And before that, let me just do one thing. I will write fact equals to 0. Now, what is fact? This fact is factorial. Not 0, I will write it 1. Now, for those who don't know, sorry, I had forgot that there can be people who don't know what is the factorial. For them, I am just telling it quickly that if we have to find factorial of 4, like this is 4, and we just have to find factorial of 4. This is the symbol of factorial. Then what it will be equals to? It will be equals to 4 into 3 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So this is my factorial. And if I have to find 5 factorial, then it will be 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. If I have to find 7 factorial, it will be 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So basically, what we have to do is we have to multiply the whole numbers that are coming before it. So this is a factorial. So now we are writing code to find the factorial of a given number. So how we can do it? So for that purpose, what I will be doing here is, as of now, my factorial is 1. And when it comes, while n is equals to 1, I will just say not equals to 1, while n is greater than or equals to 1. Till that time, we have to multiply by fact equals to fact multiply by n, like this. In the end, not in the end, inside this loop only, no. In the end, let us just print the message that factorial factorial of the given number is fact. So let us just execute this code and see what will be happening. If I write 4, it will be 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So it will be 6 into 4, 12. Why it is not being implemented? Just a second. Let me just execute this code. And suppose I want to find factorial of 4. I have written here 4. While n is greater than equals to 1. 4 is not greater than, it should be less than. Now let us execute this code. 4. Factorial of the given number is 1. So there is an error in this code. Let us just quickly debug it. So what is happening here? Factorial fact is equals to 1, and while n is less than equals to 1. Till the time n is smaller than 1. What is happening? It will 1 is greater? No, it should be n is greater than equals to 1, which is 4. 4 is greater than 1. So it will be executed. Fact should be multiply equals to n, and we have to print factorial of the given number is fact. What is the error in this code? Why this is not running? If I write n as 4, and while 4 4 is always greater than 1, right? Then again, there's a error, guys. There's a error. We have not defined the stopping condition, which is very much important. We will be reducing the value of n by 1 every time. So now it will be, now when the code will be executing, first it will be asking for an integer input, and I have explicitly defined a variable which is factorial, which is 1, and till the time n is greater than equals to 1, then it will be multiplying the factorial with n. So first, if I write n equals to 4, now let us just see. N, if I write n is equals to 4, here I have given the input as n equals to 4. What will be happening is 4 is greater than equals to 1. 4, 4 is greater than equals to 1. This statement will be executed because, wait, yeah, now it is complete entirely correct code. 4 is, why I am getting confused? Just a second. While n, which is 4, 4 is not less than 1. Yeah, 4. 4, which is greater than 1. It is true. 4 is bigger than 1. So it will be multiplying the factorial by that number. What will be happening is factorial will be fact equals to fact multiplied by 4. And after that, n will be reduced by 1. Let us just implement this code. Yes. Factorial of the given number is 24. 6 into 4, 24. Yes. So this code is fine. There was I also got confused in codes this question. So see what happens actually is there can be chances where you will be also facing certain errors. There can be chances where you will be also confused between the questions that what should I do, what should I not do. Just the thing that you have to do is here I was able to during the editing part I can also trim this part, but I'm not trimming this part. I'm keeping this part just to show you, just to demonstrate you that being a human, each and every person can do mistakes. No one can be perfect. And I am gracefully accepting that, yes, I also got confused. I was also not able to crack it during the very first time, but I had to. Did I gave up? Did I try to hide those flaws? No. That's the same thing that you also have to do. Accept the flaws, accept that you are doing certain mistakes, and just try to improve them. So this was our first question. So I hope now while loop is totally clear to each and every one of you. We can use the same, we can do the same question using a for loop also, but it's this particular question is very much easy to do with while loop. So we are doing that, this question with while loop. Now let us see what is for loop, and after that we will be covering range function. For loop. Now what is a for loop? This is the syntax of a for loop. Let me just quickly decode this. First we have to write for, which is a keyword. After that we will be writing I in list. As the name suggests, for, we will be checking till the time it is inside that thing. I is an iterator. It can be any variable. Either you can I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, any alphabet, or you can choose any range, like a word also. I can write for apple, for mango, for banana, or for chair, for table, for furniture, for anything. It's just a variable name. And because it's a variable name, all the rules that we have discussed in the variables and data types session that are used to do the nomenclature of a variable, that are all those rules are applicable in this. All those rules are applicable here also in this case. So as of now, I am taking I. In this in keyword is very much important. This in is also a keyword. What it to do is it checks that whether it is inside that thing or not. After that, list. Here should be any list name. It can be a list, it can be a string, it can be a tuple, it can be a dictionary, it can be anything. What we'll be using most of the time is range function. Here, rather than using list, we will be most of the time we will be using range function. Now, what is range function? We will be discussing it in the very much next slide. And after that, again, colon, and all of after colon, all of these are tab spaces. And here I will be writing the block of code statements that are required to be executed. Here I will be writing those statements. Now let us see what is range function. This is a range function. First I will be writing range keyword. After that we will be using braces. It is very much important to use braces in the beginning and ending of each and every function. After that we will this function have three parameters. First is start, then stop, then step. It is similarly as we have done in slicing also. It is same to as that. Now I know this is very much of theory. You will again not be able to understand anything. Now the topics will be like that only. By just uh, listening to the theoretical part, you will not be able to understand anything. Now I am actually demonstrating it inside my Visual Studio Code. So now you all guys will be able to understand it. Again, presentation. Now see what is happening. If I want to, let us take a question, and if I want to print numbers from 1 to 10, let us say. So for that, what I will be doing, I will be writing for. Yeah, I'm writing for. After for I is just a iterator. I in, I'm checking it. I in range, a range function, braces. I will be writing 10. I will be writing 1 to 10, 1 to 11. I will be writing. I will be just saying colon print I. Now just run this code. See, it is printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, how it had been worked, what we have done. Now, let us just decode it. After that, we will be doing a lot of, not a lot, we will be doing practice questions. See, what had been done is when I had written that code, what happened is that code was, what was that code? Yes, for I. First, I have used a keyword which is for. Just a second. I'm just changing the tip of my stylus. Yes, for I in range. Rather than writing I can also write number. Just please forget me for my poor handwriting. Let me write it again. I write for I in range. One comma 11. This is one, guys, not two. This is one. After, now tab space, I want to print I. Now what is happening in this case is, let me finish writing this code. Yes. What is happening? It is checking. Let me just change the color. Yes. This state for I in range 1 to 11. What this range function does, it checks again and again. First, it will be giving for I in. What this syntax will be doing, it will be just first doing I equals to. Rather than this, let me just shift to pen. I will be equals to 1 because it is starting with C. Inside this, I will be writing start. Here I have written it. So it is starting with 1. So first I will be 1 and then I will be printed. Then again this statement will be executed. Now I will be 2 and that I will be printed again just because of this line of code. Now it will implement again this code. Now I will be 3. So 3 will be printed. Similarly, it will go till 10. Here I have written stop. After that, there will be stop. And here I have written stop 11. So it will print till only 10, but not 11 because the ending as we do in slicing the ending index. Similarly, here the number that is used as stop is not included. So it will print till 10. And step size again, I just want to print 1, then I want to increase it by 1. I want to make my I from 1, then 2. After that, it should be 3, then 4, then 5. Uh, First, I want my I to be 1. After that, I want it to be 2. Then I want it to jump to 3, not 4. So I am increasing it one by one. So my step size is 1. And now, if I don't write step size, it is automatically adjusted to 1. And if I don't like stop, I have to write stop. I can't write, it is optional to write starting index also. If I don't write starting point, then it takes starting as 0. So that was all about range function. Now I hope this code is clear that it is checking for I in range. Till the time I is in range, it will be printing I. See, for I in range. Here, instead of I can also write number. And here also I have to write number. See, uh, it had been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, I can also do one thing that I can print hello world. Now, hello world had been printed 10 times. See, we can count them also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so hello world had been printed 10 times. Now we can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What is happening is first it is being implemented for number equals to 1, then hello world is printing, then it is getting implemented for number equals to 2, then it is getting implemented. Similarly, it is being implemented till number equals to 10, and at that point also it is printing hello world. So see, we have written the code to print hello world 10 times by using both while loop and for loop. So as I've told you earlier also, it is very much possible to write all the codes using both the loops. It's just that we have to find out which one is easy or which one suits me, which one I am most comfortable while using. It is very important to understand. Now as for loop is also clear, let us just do one practice question of for loop. Uh, This practice question is completed. Find the factorial of a number. Now we'll be doing this practice question, which is count how many vowels are present in a string. Now what will be doing is first we will be taking st as an input, saying enter the string, enter the string. First we have taken any string st as an input. We have taken any string as an input and we have stored it inside a variable name st. Let me just see. Yes. Totally visible inside the camera. Yes. So first, I have done as of now in this particular question is yes. I have taken an input st. I have taken an integer. I have taken not st, not integer. I have taken string as an input, and I have stored it inside st named variable. Now, what I will be doing, what my question says is count how many vowels are present inside the string. Now, let me just create a vowel zero. By default, we are defining an variable named vowels, and we are setting its value to zero. Now, what will be I doing is here I will be using for loop for I, or I will say for alphabet. It will be very much longer variable name to be choose. So I will just take I. I have written alphabet just to demonstrate to you that any variable name can be used, but as I is smaller and crisp, so I am using I. For I in all the times while you are using for loop, 99% of the time you will be only using I, or some teachers or some students use J also, but 90% of the times you will be using I, 9% of the times you will be using J, and remaining 1% of the time you will be using any other name. So as of now, I'm using I in, I will say ST, for I in ST. Now, what will this do? We have not covered it yet. Suppose if I, what we have seen as of now, while range function, it matches it with the outputs of the range function. Like I have written for I in range 1 to something. Zero. If I will not write anything starting point, it will be ending one. If I write I in range bracket 5, it will be taking 0, 1, 2, 4. It by default, if I'm not mentioning the starting point, it will take it as 0. I have told you also that. So in range function, it is matching with it the numbers. But now in this case, I am not using any range function. I'm using string. Here I can also take an list also, and tuple also dictionary, or not dictionary, I think. But just try and see what happens. I will be telling you that in the next lecture probably. And if not, also just try to research that, because coding is a thing that you have to do research by your at your end also. Then you will be learning things in a more good or in a more better way. Now, for I in ST, what it will doing? Suppose my string is hello only. Now, what it will be using? First, it will take I as H. In this case, what was happening? Where we have this. First I was two, then I was first I was one, then I was two, then I was three, then I was four, then I was five, like this. Now here, first I will be equals to H, then I will be equals to E, then I will be equals to L, then I will be again equals to L, then I will be equals to zero. Oh, so this will be happening in this case. Let me just quickly delete it. And for I in ST, what I will be doing is I will write that if, now see, I am using nesting inside for loop. I am using if you have not watched the previous sessions, you will not be able to understand how it is being used. So that's the reason why I always says do watch all the previous sessions earlier, then try to watch the next session, because all of these things are linked. Now I will write if I in if I is equals to a, or I will just copy this, paste it, a, e, or a, e, I, or v, I is equals to a, e, I, o, a, e, I, o, or here I'm writing u. So what is this? It will check that whether it is equals to a, e, I, o, u, like that. So if it will be having any variable which is a, e, I, o, u, then vowels, which is variable that I have defined earlier, it will be getting plus by one. Vowels equals to vowel plus one. In the end, we will be printing Number number of vowels inside the given string. We will be writing vowels. Now let us execute this code. Here I have to write the string. Just let me kill this code. Write colon because it seems to be more. And if my string is suppose hello, see the number of vowels is two. Here it is taking E and O. So this is how we use nesting also in case of loops. So for those who don't understand this question, again pause the video, rewind it, and try to watch it again. If it is clear, then okay. If it is not clear, then post your doubt inside the comment section. I will be more than happy to solve your doubts and do all this. If you already have watched all the episodes, if you have not watched the previous episode in which we have covered conditionals, then you will not be able to understand it. First, go and watch the previous episodes, then try to understand this one. So now let us range jump into the contents page. We have already covered while loop, we have covered for loop, we have covered range function. Now let us see break and continue statements. After that, practice. We will be seeing some practice questions. Now, see, it is being implemented again and again and again. There are chances that I want to terminate this loop. In that case, we use break and continue statements. What is that? Like, if the question will be that print the string alphabets one by one, and when you find a vowel, end the loop. At that time, what I will be doing is for I in st, if I is this, then just break. I will terminate this. And if I is equals to this, then break, else print I. Simple as that. If my word is, let us say anything like mm, drag. See, first D is being printed, then R is being printed. As soon as it finds an vowel, what I have written break. What this break does? This terminates the loop. Now we come out of the loop. What was happening earlier? These statements will be executing. Then again, this statement will be executing. Then again, this statement will be executing. But now, as I've written break, now we will be reach outside the loop. Now ninth line of code will be executed after this because it is not inside the for loop. This is the work of break. And if I just write continue, it will skip the current iteration. What do I mean from current iteration? Just let me show you that also. See, now what is happening? Continue, delete this. Now, this. Again, my string is drag. So what is happening? It had implemented for D, R, and when it is A, only this iteration is being skipped. After that is G. Now what is iteration? See, when we are doing this thing again and again, which we are doing again and again inside loops, this process is called iteration. And when this code is getting implemented once, this block of code is getting implemented when it is first iteration, it is one iteration. And when it finds if the number, the given character of that string is vowel, it is continue. It will, I have written continue keyword. What it basically does is it skips this current iteration, means for the word was drag. For that A, this code had been not been implemented. We extra have to implement that code again from the beginning. That iteration is skipped. Same thing is written here. Break completely terminates the loop. When we reach break, then that loop will be terminated, and continues just skips the current iteration only. So that was all. Now let us just do the practice questions. I hope all of you are ready for some practice questions. And today also I have, as usual, I have one major question for all of you, that you should try to do it by yourself. Although I will be doing it myself too. We have already covered this practice question. Count how many vowels are present in a string. Find the factorial of a number. Now let us just do this. Print the following pattern. It is a kind of ritual to do this question in each and every coding language. I don't know why, but each and every class and each and every teacher teaches us how to solve this question. We just have to print this pattern. Now, how will be I printing it? I personally prefer using for loop. So I will be using for loops as of now. But I have told you how to do the questions with for loop, how to do the question with while loop. So just try figure it out which question is most doable with which loop. Just figure it out, and after that try to do it with that loop. So as of now, I will be doing my questions with for loop because I personally found to use for loop more. Most of the students try find for loop most useful. I am one of them. I will be using for loop for this question. Here I will getting for. Here there are 5 lines, right? First line, let me change the color. See, there are 5 lines. Number one, number two, number three, number four, and number five. So what I will be doing for I in range, I will starting from one, I will be going till six. I will be printing. What I have to print? I have to print this symbol, right? Asterisk symbol. Into I. Now see the magic. See, into I. First I will be one, then it will be printing once because I am multiplying it by one. When I will be two, it will be printing twice. Then I will be three, printing thrice. I will be four, printing 4 times. I will be five, printing 5 times. And I will be six will not be implemented because this ending parameter is not included in range function. And those who don't understand how it is being implemented, this statement, for them, it is very important to watch the episode where I have covered strings and list. Not episode, to watch the session where I have covered strings and lists, because there I have explained how these arithmetic operators work in cases of strings also. So by this question is also completed. Let us just jump into our next question. Count the frequency of each character in a string. Now that's our last question for this session, and it's a very much important question to do. Now just watch me carefully what I do. We have to count the frequency of each character in a string. What we will be doing is we will be using dictionary in this case, and we will be just we will be using the character as key, and how many time it is being repeated as word, well, as value, because dictionary are used to store key value pairs, right? So without any theory, let us just do that thing. What we have to do in this question is we have to count the frequency of each character in a string. So again, we will be taking n string as an input by just saying enter the string. I hope this much part is clear to all of you. Now, I'll be writing for I in st. Till the time I is in st. What is this? Okay. Till that time, not fair, for. Till the time I is in st means it will be matching with each and every alphabet of that string. till that time, what we will be doing is we will be, let us just say, if not, I will say not I will say care. Care is character, okay? As of now, care is character. If D care, I have forgotten. Let us just define an empty list here. D is an empty list. If character of D, what is this? That inside dictionary, if that any key value pair whose key is char is not is existing. I am trying to access that. If that, if now I will say char, if char in D of char. No, this will not be true to be done. I'm also thinking, guys. You also think, although I'm knowing the solution. I hope this much part is clear as of now. What we have done, we have taken an input. We have taken an input. We have taken an input string. After that, what we have done, we have created an empty dictionary. Now we are checking that whether that character is inside that dictionary or not. Now what will we are doing is this. Let me switch to presentation. See here for char inside dictionary, if char char is inside that dictionary is D. Then what will we are doing? I will be inside that. I will be increasing it by 1. And if it is not there, then else. Now, what should be the else case? Try to guess that also. What will be the else case? In else case, we will be setting it to 1. Now, what will this do? See, first, in my very first line, I have taken an string input. After that, I have defined an empty dictionary. Now I am using loop for character inside string. If that character is inside string, if that character is inside that dictionary, means it is already inside that dictionary, then the value of that key is being increased by 1. Otherwise, its value is getting set to 1. Now let me just implement this and write hello as my word. Now, but I have not printed it. In the end, I will be printing that dictionary also to see the results. If my see, it is printing H1 because inside hello H is occurring once, E1 and L twice, O again once. Now how this is being implemented? Now see, in very much first case, my char will be equals to inside hello. In case of hello, my char will be equals to H. For char equals to H, H is not inside D, then else case will be executed, which says that T of char means inside the dictionary, this value will be created. Like inside D, char is H. So a key named H will be created and a value 1 getting assigned to it. Similarly, E as E is also not inside D, E is also setting 1 and L is also setting to 1. When we are using this first L is being set to 1. But when it comes to again the second L of hello, in that case, char exists inside D because L is there inside D. A key named L is there inside D, which the value of which is 1. We have set it at to 1. So in that case, it is being increased by 1. It was 1 earlier, now it is being increased to 2. And after that, O again, like just H and E, it is 1. So now I hope that this question is clear to each and every one of you. If this question is not clear, first, if you have not watched the previous sessions, then watch those. And if you have also watched the previous sessions and still it is not clear, then pause this video, rewind this video, try to watch it again with a calm and composed mind. The things will be much more clearer to you. And if still it is not clear to you, there are certain doubts, then in that case, what you can do is just simply post your doubt inside the comment. I will be more than happy to solve your doubt. So, thank you. That was all for today's session. I